Okay, so as I said, now we have Shaw University here, and we're going to go ahead and get everything started. So please go ahead, and we're going to start off with the athlete. Gosh, this dude is a tree trunk over here. I mean, my gosh, and we're supposed to be, these guys supposed to be lining up against him. Oh my gosh. So, Coach, you must be happy. But anyway, let me let you guys see who I'm talking about. Okay. Let me let you see these guys. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Antavious Zachery from Atlanta, Georgia. Play offensive line, started at tackle, now I'm playing guard.
Okay. And Coach?
Coach Adrian Jones, head football coach, Shaw University.
So, how much you weigh?
340,
What position?
guard.
What's your classification?
I'm going to be a junior.
You got one more year. You smiling all the way on.
You see the smile on my face, right?
Let me tell you why I wanted to interview you. I have watched you take a team that was 1-9, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Each year, I have progressively watched you, and I have to be transparent. I'm a SWAC guy, but because of what I do, keeping up with all of the schools in every conference, you caught my eye because you took a team that was 1-9. Each year, you've done this. Each year, you've progressively gotten better. What do you associate that to?
I tell people that you have to represent your name. You know, my family is true to me. You know, and I don't want to let them down. You know, and I took the challenge, and we don't have a lot of resources, but it's no need to complain about it. When I took the job, you got to work and make the university better, and I'm proud of the success that we had. But we're not finished. We're not satisfied where we at. We should have been 7-3 last year, and we're gonna go on a limb, and we're gonna try our best to be a 10-0. We're gonna one game at a time. Though we're not gonna look in the future. We're just gonna play Shaw football and just like you said, continue to get better and represent our university.
So you said 7-3. Which conference game was that you're speaking of?
St. Aug.
And the reason why I say that is because I remember paying close attention, and I said, now, and let me say this: it's not to say anything negative towards any school,
right,
in any conference, because on any given day, any team can be beaten. And essentially, for that day, that's what happened here, is that Shaw was defeated by St. Aug. And when that happened, what was that lesson that was learned?
To don't take anything for granted, to go into every game like it's a championship game, play every game hard. You don't overlook any opponent. And I think we let the loss to Fayetteville earlier in the season, we let it just affect us the rest of the season. We can't do that. We can't dwell on things like that.
And I have to admit, I actually saw that in the team, because sometimes you expect that we're going to win this game, we can win this game, and then sometimes that loss affects you negatively instead of saying, okay, fine, you got us today.
Still got to finish.
You still got to finish. Because after losing that game, the St. Aug game, yes, it eventually came back on the negative side.
Right.
But I noticed of what you guys have done. You have played. You were 6-4. So that means you're doing pretty doggone good. Non-conference games. So what are you doing on the non-conference game to be successful?
Well, we want to know our identity from when we first start. You know, there's no discredit to any coach in this conference, anybody, but a lot of teams schedule games that they know they're going to win. You know, and I don't believe in that. I want to know who I am after week 3 or 4. Because if you're trying to get to the playoffs, you need to play playoff caliber teams at the beginning of the year so you be prepared when the playoffs hit. You know, it sounds silly. Yeah, my record doesn't, I don't have a winning record overall, but I think that as a coach, we're getting better as a staff and as a football team. We really find out who we are at the beginning of the season.
But guess what? I don't think that's indicative of that. The reason being, your record does speak for yourself.
Right.
You. And the reason why I say that, I say it in a positive. Right. Because you took a team that was 1-9. Each year, you have progressively gotten better. Right. Each team. Right. So your record does speak for you.
Right.
And that's why I say you should be proud of what you're doing.
I'm very tough on myself. I'm gonna say I'm not satisfied with it. But we're gonna get there. And to piggyback on what we was talking about with the St. Aug, like they didn't know the implications of how important that win today is. The reason why we're ranked fourth in this conference is because we lost to St. Aug. I truly believe that if we would have beat St. Aug and been 7-3, we would have been the top 3 or the top 2. But this lesson learned, and now we know why it's important to win each and every game, no matter what your record is.
Because of what coach has brought to the team, brought to Shaw, how are you making sure his coaching philosophy is being transferred from him to the field?
Well, it starts with player-led accountability. You know, we try to make his job easy because we know as a head coach he got so much on his plate. So he don't have time to be trying to discipline every single player on the team. So we got to step up and be leaders. And we trying to spread that through the roster, and it carries over to practice. You know, we don't want to make the same mistake twice. We not allowing the same mistake to happen. You know, we getting on guys, we getting it out the way, and we correcting those things.
Okay, coach, don't listen. Mm-hmm. So you need to turn your head.
Okay.
So what do you do when you find any of your compadres not doing what they're supposed to do?
It's getting addressed every time. No matter who it is, it could be my best friend on the team. It could be a person I never had a conversation with. It's going to get addressed.
See, I like that. I like that. Which means as a coach, because I also coach as well, but that means as a coach, my job is a lot less because I can say, handle it, and I can walk away. And that's essentially what happened, is that you guys handle it as men. Sometimes nicer than others. So I get the inference of what you just said. And that's some of the things, fortunately and unfortunately, that have to be done. Because as a player-led, player-centric team, you have to have that kind of dependability and accountability. And that's good to see, because that means your philosophy of what needs to be done on the field is easy.
Right.
So what do you do to break up the monotony, to keep it free-flowing, to keep it going real nice and easy?
You know, I had to look at myself in the mirror. You know, as a young coach, you know, coming into this profession, you know, I was just, how I want to say it, you know, wasn't nice. You know, when things got bad, I got in their butts. But you know, I kind of changed my ways. I'm a little bit more laid back, coach. And
is he laid back? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
I'm getting better. But the thing is, like you said, when the kids holding their players accountable, it makes my life so much easier. And I've been on a lot of championship teams, and I keep telling these guys that it's your football team. Yeah, I'm the head coach, but it is your team, and you have to govern your team to win a championship. Everybody got to be on one accord.
Yeah.
And if they can't, we're going to get rid of them. And we have guys that miss practice and stuff, and I let them be the disciplinarians. You know, don't get outrageous with it, but they holding their guys accountable.
Don't answer that. Okay. So I understand what holding others accountable means, and sometimes it does get very loud, but yet still, when it comes to a level of accountability, you have to make sure that you hold each other accountable. Because if you don't, then guess what happens? Everything falls apart, and you can't have stuff that's falling apart because he can't do his job. And so that's why I always, as a coach, that's why I always look at the student. Because if you're not doing your job, if you're not doing your job in the classroom, you can't even play.
Exactly.
So how are you doing in the classroom?
I'm doing very well in the classroom. Actually, when I came in as a freshman, my first semester, I didn't do too well. I was almost ineligible. And that was a big wake-up call for me, learning, adjusting to college. And after that, I've been all A's and B's since. I'm on the dean's list now, so yeah.
So that translates to his coaching, which means when he says, here are the X's and O's that you're supposed to follow, that means, oh, okay, this is what you want me to do? So you can easily review the playbook and say, okay, I got you, coach.
Yes, sir.
Is that what that says?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So with that, what else do you have to say? And I'm going to give the floor to you right now.
As a team, I think that we're getting closer and closer to what we want to achieve. And I think a lot of guys, we're starting to wake up and realize that what we want is right in front of us, but it's on us to get there. You know, we got to finish, we got to compete, and we got to be more intense. You know, and that's every day attacking everything. That's attacking the classroom, it's attacking study hall, that's practice, weights, everything we do. You got to do it like it's for a championship. And if that's what we want to do, that's what it takes. And I think guys are starting to realize that.
Okay, I'm getting in the camera now. I don't want Fayetteville State to hear you say this. I don't want Bowie State to hear you say this. But this is being recorded, and this is live. But I'm going to say it anyway. Based upon what I've seen you do, Coach, I'm expecting you to be number one.
As are we.
If not this year, I'm just watching the progression.
Right.
What you see doesn't lie.
Right.
I know Fayetteville State has won the division 4 years in a row. Understand that. I've also seen your progression.
Right.
Numbers don't lie.
I sure don't.
So with all of that being said, I'm gonna say that so you can go ahead and get out of here. But much success to you. Keep it light, keep it live. But I'm expecting to just see you just, yeah.
We are too.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
I'm serious, Coach.
Yes, sir.
I'm serious. I'm going to be paying a close attention and watching like I have, especially this year, and seeing what you guys do. Like I said, hopefully the guys from Bowie and Fayetteville State don't give me a hard time. I'm just keeping it real about what I see. So, much success.
Second to none.
That's the way it's won.
Thank you.
Have a good one.